Whenever I tell people I love French culture, I get the same reaction every single time. People assume it's because of Paris, or the fashion, or luxurious brands, Hermès, Chanel, Dior. And don't get me wrong, all of that is beautiful. I appreciate it too. But that's not why I love French culture. My connection goes way beyond the postcard version. Hi, it's Rachel and you're listening to Rachelle, mais, français. For me, French culture is irresistible because of the deeper layers. How people live, how they think, how they value their time, their identity, their art, and mindset behind all of that. And if you're learning French or if you consider yourself francophile, you probably understand that feeling too. The sense that there's something meaningful under the surface. Let me rewind a little bit. I grew up in Hong Kong, moved to the UK, and I've always been jumping between languages. Cantonese, Mandarin, English, Hokkien, now French, and a bit of Japanese. So understanding cultures through language is basically second nature to me. But my love for French culture didn't come from social media. It started almost 20 years ago when I lived in Toulouse for 6 months as an exchange student. That experience changed everything for me. Living there, not visiting, living helped me see the culture from the inside. Tourists get the surface, residents get the truth. And what I experienced wasn't glamorous or dramatic, it was the richness of everyday life. One of the first things I noticed is how the French see self-love and confidence. Not the Instagram version, not treat yourself bubble bath or shopping sprees. It's deeper. It's knowing your worth and having boundaries, real boundaries. Not answering emails after 7 p.m., not feeling guilty taking a break, and yes, having an actual law that protects your rights to disconnect from work. Le droit à la déconnexion. Coming from Hong Kong, this blew my mind. In Hong Kong, people reply to messages at midnight. Work follows you everywhere. You're expected to be on all the time. The French, they protect their time like their life depends on it. And honestly, I admire that so much. It's not just work, it's food, relationships, beliefs. They stay true to what matters to them. They don't apologize for their values. Sometimes I joke that maybe I just need a more French attitude, especially as I'm an ENFJ. Saying no is not my natural talent, but French culture reminds me that rejecting something doesn't make you rude, it makes you clear. Another thing I really love is how expressive French people are. And I don't just mean speaking up, although they absolutely do that. It's also in how they dress, how they walk, how they decorate their homes, how they talk about their interests. Everything feels personal, intentional. Their fashion is one of the clearest examples. French fashion isn't about wearing luxury brands from head to toe. It's about individuality. It's about mixing vintage with modern, creating a look that reflects you, not the trend cycle. And this freedom shows up everywhere, like in art, cinema, lifestyle, even sexuality and career choices. Think about the opening ceremony of the Paris 2024 Olympics. They used that moment to show the world what France stands for. Liberté, égalité, fraternité. In Mandarin we say 自由,平等,博爱. You can see art, music, diversity and identity were all front and center. It wasn't just a sports event, it was storytelling on a national level. And I had the chance to be there. It made me appreciate even more how the French express who they are with pride and creativity. This part of French culture is something I think many people overlook. The French don't just have culture, they protect it, they honor it, they live it. Art isn't only in museums, although yes, they have some of the best museums in the world. Art is in the streets, the buildings, the way food looks. The way people talk about literature and music. Walk through Montmartre and you see artists painting on the street, capturing a single moment with total dedication. It reminds you that creativity isn't a hobby, it's part of life. Even food reflects this mindset. That's one drink that French people love to have before dinner. It's called l'apéritif. So take l'apéritif as an example. It's not just wine and snacks before dinner. It's a moment to slow down, to talk, to connect, to appreciate flavors, and to enjoy the people you're with. French meals are not meant to be rushed. It's illegal, do you understand? It's about conversation, tradition, and togetherness. And yes, it's also about taste and technique. Their cuisine is a serious part of who they are. And I love that. It's the opposite of the eat quickly and get back to work lifestyle that many of us grew up with. And of course, the French language itself. There's a reason people call it romantic. It's not just the meaning of the words. It's the sound, the flow, the softness. Even simple phrases like je t'aime feels like they were designed to be beautiful. Am I exaggerating about it? The liaisons, the rhythm, French language feels almost like singing sometimes. Learning this language these past 4 years has made me appreciate it even more. It turns everyday communication into something that feels a little artistic. The French way of life isn't about being fancy. It's about being present, taking your time, enjoying small moments, prioritizing lives over productivity. And after living in Hong Kong, this contrast is huge. Hong Kong is efficient, energetic, ambitious, but it's also exhausting. French taught me that life doesn't have to be lived at full speed to be meaningful. If you ask me whether I'd move to France one day, maybe yes, who knows? But for now, I'm happy being close enough to visit often and far enough to appreciate it with fresh eyes. So that's my story, why French culture is irresistible to me. Not because of Paris or fashion, but because of the values and the way of living. And next week, we are going into something fun and very French. Why French people love to argue and why it's not a negative thing. Merci and stay tuned. À bientôt!